Blessings of Diana. Before we can speak, allow our energies to enter your heart space. For those who can envision our energies, our pillar of light remains here. Breathe this energy into your heart space. Give us the permission to enhance, broaden, and strengthen your heart space. Without your permission, we do not have the authority to proceed with the energy work that we desire to do upon your heart space. The work that we shall energetically proceed upon, even while you are hearing our words, centers upon your own lunar energies, the feminine energies that run through your energy matrix. In spite of our repeated urging, many still function primarily out of the habit of using their personal masculine energies to give thrust to their daily endeavors. By breathing our energies into your heart space and giving us your permission, we shall work in a very focused manner to shift this equation within your energy matrix, so that by the end of the 90-day period, you shall be able to give a feminine thrust to the energies that you use for your daily endeavors. We thank those who have given us this permission, and we shall proceed with the work. Yes, these have been challenging times for many, many of you. Some of you have faced professional, financial difficulties. Others have faced physical and mental health challenges. Still others have found that their relationships and communications have been going askew. There are as many challenges as there are individuals. And no two challenges are quite the same. The reason is that these challenges have only one purpose, and that is to remove the stuck debris of emotional imbalance, of masculine and feminine energy imbalance that is present within you. Each one's quantum of debris and the type of debris is different, and each one's energy imbalance is different. Even those who believe that they work predominantly from a space of feminine energy do so from a space of imbalanced feminine energy. The imbalance is due to the fact that the feminine and masculine energy balance within the energy matrix has reached a level whereby neither the masculine energy nor the feminine energies are healthy. The feminine energies are becoming clingy, complaining, dependent, uncertain, fear-filled, demanding. The masculine energies are becoming domineering, insensitive, with lack of compassion, with control issues, lack of tolerance, increase of abusive energies. When such states of lack of health exist in your energy matrix, the purity of the feminine energies cannot function. In 2017, February, will see the fullness, completeness of a thrust of feminine energies in this world. If you are not in a space where you are able to function out of healthy, balanced feminine energies, you shall find yourself adrift, confused, disconnected. The next few months must be used exclusively, and we repeat, must be used exclusively in order to remove the imbalanced energies, in order to bring back health into your energy matrix. The challenges shall not dissipate. The challenges shall not reduce. In fact, you might find they shall increase. But the more in health your feminine energies are, and here again we reiterate, feminine energies are in health only when there is a fullness of balance between feminine and masculine energies. Only when your feminine energies are in health shall your challenges begin to reduce. You are being tossed about by your challenges. Instead of remaining anchored in the depth of your soul energy, you are losing the anchorage and you are being tossed from one shore to another, further imbalancing your energies. You are now at a point in your life evolution where you are the only one who can choose whether you wish to proceed on your journey by growing through challenges, or whether you choose to proceed on your journey by growing through peace. Shut out the outside world. Yes, there were times when the outside world mirrored your inside. That also can shift if you choose that. As soon as the outside world creates a reactionary process within you, your unspoken choice is that the outside world shall mirror your inside world and vice versa. If you are able to make the choice here and now that the outside world for a short time till the world energies can also come into balance, shall not affect, mirror, or in any way determine and influence your inner balance. You shall have stepped back from a human pattern, from a long-standing human pattern of as within, so outside. Change that. In order to change that, you shall have to attain a level of detachment from the outside world. Detachment does not mean lack of compassion. Detachment does not mean lack of understanding. Detachment does not mean lack of service. Detachment means understanding that as you have your life journey, so do all. But your focus shall exclusively be upon your life journey. The reason why you have been facing challenges is because you interfere with the life paths of others. You may interfere out of a sense of deep concern, and we grant that to you. But you interfere. Step back. Create emotional detachment in the presence of emotional sensitivity. Can you do this? Empathy and compassion are uppermost when there is emotional detachment. They are not absent because of it. If empathy and compassion are absent, you are not emotionally detached, you are emotionally insensitive and disconnected. Can you understand this vital difference? Embrace the world with your love, with your empathy, with your compassion, with your tolerance, with your understanding. But do not react to their evolutionary processes. Your focus of evolutionary process is only upon your own. Each time you can experience a small fluttering of emotional reaction, instantly remind yourself that your focus is only upon your balance and that you recognize and maybe silently or not support the evolutionary process of another. Because you love your children, your siblings, your parents, your spouse, your mate, your partner, does not give you the liberty to interfere in their evolutionary process. And each time you try to make things so-called better, you are interfering. You are, of course, permitted to speak to them, to guide them. But guidance is not constant nagging. Guidance are a few words spoken out of non-judgment, with the fullness of understanding that your guidance comes from your limited space of understanding, and thus giving the other the full freedom to reject your guidance. In this, there is detachment. When your guidance is rejected, and you can respond to that rejection with overflowing love and understanding and support for their journey, then that is detachment. The moon energies shall work on your emotional heart space. Visualize our energies not as benign and calm and tranquil. Instead, visualize our energies like a silver scrub. We shall leave no stone unturned as we scrub your heart space. The debris of not only one incarnation, not only of your current conditioning, but of all your incarnations and of all the conditioning that you have received, has become firmly stuck. This debris constantly creates the feminine imbalance. This debris constantly reminds you of your conditioning over several incarnations to have the masculine energy as your thrust in daily endeavors. You need masculine energies to be logical, analytical, decisive, active, rational. You do not need them to love, to understand, to empathize, to be tolerant, to be patient, to be compassionate, to be sensitive, but most importantly, to create. You use the feminine energies to judge, to complain, to criticize, to be reactive with, to moan and groan, to need another's love in order to make you feel full and complete. That, beloveds, is not the energies of Diana. The moon above you shines bright, irrespective of the clouds that cover it. The clouds are sometimes storm clouds, grey and dark and heavy. And you may not be able to see the light of the moon, but the moon still shines bright. Be the moon, still and constant. If you have gathered here today, if you are listening to these words today, if you have given us the permission today, it is only because your soul yearns to be in health and fullness of feminine energy, the energy that already is, but from February 2017, that shall rule the world. For those who are creatively inclined, February 2017 shall open doors for you that you cannot even envision at present. The doors shall open. Will you walk through them? Anyone who is in their current energy imbalanced state shall not be able to walk through those doors. And so 2017 shall show a very unique paradox in your world. On the one hand, you shall see even more imbalanced actions and words. And on the other hand, you shall experience those who seem to light up the room with the energies of their balanced matrix. And you shall see more and more of them. If you are constantly being agitated by those imbalanced energies that shall now be even stronger, how will you join the league of those who light up the spaces they enter? Many of you, nay, all of you, desire to serve. Let this be your service. Say nothing. Do nothing. Be the moon and light up a dark space. But if you judge that dark space, if you react to that dark space, you are as dark as the dark space. No, this is not easy. But none of you seated here are inadequate or inept or lack power. Your power has brought you here. Your divine core has brought you here. But the decision still lies with you. You of intellectual mind, the decision lies with you, not with your divine core. This is one of those times when you of intellectual mind are far more important than your divine core. Because the choices you make today and from henceforth are the choices that you of the intellectual mind shall make. And the effects of these choices are going to be experienced by you of the intellectual mind. We are certain you wished us to tell you that conflicts and challenges have come to an end. But how do we tell you this? How do we give you this assurance? That choice and the effect of that choice is in your hands. You of the intellectual mind. You in this body, you in this incarnation, you are vitally important right now. Do not escape by thinking about yourself as a divine core, by thinking about yourself as the light of Diana. You of the intellectual mind. So you can place your hand upon your heart. And you can once again reiterate your choice. The choice is simple. Shut out the world. The world shall neither reflect you nor shall you reflect the world. Neither reject yourself as feminine, nor reject yourself as masculine. You are not vulnerable. You are sensitive. You are not dependent upon anyone save your own power. Around you, you shall see a lot of emotional and mental imbalances. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorders, hysteria, all shall be on the rise. The energies of the moon shall pull these out. And as they are being pulled out, their manifestations shall be larger. Depression, grief shall all be manifested larger. Will you choose this to be your world? Or will you remain detached? And thus from the fullness of this detachment, hold those who are going through the throes of their emotional mental releases. Forget your gender. Do not allow conditioning of society to tell you what your gender should be or should not be. Once again, you make that choice. You of the intellectual mind. We cannot reiterate that enough today. You of the intellectual mind are now in this moment more important than your divine energies, because the choices are being made by you. You of the intellectual mind. Blessings of Diana. Be the moon, still, unmoving, radiant. Storm clouds and the darkness of the night in fact make the moon look even more beautiful. Let your beauty shine. As storm clouds gather, reflect your beauty. As darkness seems to threaten you, reflect your light. Nothing can affect you if that is your choice. You do not need another to love you. You do not need another to support you. You do not need another to help you. You are enough. Be the moon that shines solitary in a dark sky. But when you look up at the dark sky, your attention is not on the darkness, but upon the radiant moon. And that is your purpose. Shine so bright that the attention of all else shall not be upon darkness, but upon the light you shine. 2017 shall see both dark night and bright, radiant moon. Shall you allow the darkness to enter? Or will you firmly keep that door shut?